So I kind of just wanted to provide an update video from one of my videos that I made yesterday, as it appeared that number one, things were getting a little too political for my liking, number two, there were some things that were outdated in the video as of the day I'm recording this, and number three, look at all those views. So if you haven't watched my video from yesterday already, I spoke about a COVID relief bill being passed through Congress, but I only spoke about the part of the bill that concerns copyright issues, as Senator Tom Tillis wrote that specific piece of the legislation of the bill. So it did pass through Congress, but after that happens, it goes to the office of President Trump, and he made a statement yesterday basically explaining that he was going to veto the bill. He said that because he wanted Congress to amend it by taking out all of the unnecessary and unrelated parts of the bill, as the bill is over 5,000 pages long and is meant to only be a COVID relief package, and because he wanted to increase the amount of money being given to each American. Now, taking away all of that yucky political stuff, there is a sentence or two in his statement that are very important to the copyright issue here.
I'm also asking Congress to immediately get rid of the wasteful and unnecessary items from this legislation.
Those ones. They are extremely important because the bill is supposed to be a COVID relief bill, and obviously, legislation about copyright in a COVID relief bill is unnecessary and unrelated to COVID. If Congress complies and removes the unrelated parts of the bill, that would mean that the piece of legislation that Tom Tillis wrote would be gone as well, meaning no jail time for playing music. However, I'd like to make it very clear that Congress does not have to amend the bill in any way. The president simply said he'd veto it due to him asking them to amend it. They don't have to do anything. They can go ahead and pass it anyway if they want to. I really hope Congress will comply and remove the part of the bill that Tom Tillis wrote, because then that would mean that this ridiculous copyright law would not come into effect, and the livelihoods of millions of people and their freedoms wouldn't be at risk. I wanted to clear this up because for some reason the video I made yesterday blew up, and I was constantly getting comments from people who were really worried about the future of themselves if this bill was signed into law. But now, at least for the time being, it seems like that's not happening. President Trump will most likely veto the bill, as he said, and then it'll go back to Congress, who will either comply with what he said, restructure the bill, which would obviously be the best outcome, or they won't, and they can pass it anyway if 2/3 of both the House and Senate vote for it. That's pretty much all I had to say. I'm not going to drag this video on any longer than it has to be. I just wanted to clear up and say that I will never talk about politics on this channel if it does not concern music. However, in this case it does, so that's why I'm talking about it. Politics is a very touchy subject and you really have to tread lightly, so I wanted to clearly say that these videos are not political. They just talk about a piece of legislation inside of a larger one specifically about music. And I hope I updated you on the situation well with the news that's coming out every hour, it seems like. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Finally, if you're not subscribed already, please do consider subscribing. It's free, you can always change your mind, and it would really help support me and my channel. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like on this video, join my Discord server, and follow me on Instagram at BeyondBMusic. And until next time, this is BeyondB, having hope that this piece of legislation will get shut down, and signing out.
It's a wonder I've hung out with her even a couple of times. She's a stunner, I'm sprung to attention when she speaks. Her supple lips are so fine, this is a sign things are progressing. The fact that it's gone this far sings a message as to why.